Oh hi, we have a problem. My Game Boy's broken. It's times like these that I wish I could just play any game, anywhere, on just one console. God, I mean, what universe would that ever happen?
This one, apparently. Emulation is crazy if you think about it. I mean, everything you could ever need gaming-wise is just a few buttons away. And the best part? It's completely free.
As free as someone in prison can be.
And hey, this is so cool. I mean, grab a Steam Deck and I can emulate anything. Well, mostly everything. And this practically replaces actually playing games on the games console. Am I right?
I never said that. What's going on here? Now, everyone thinks that you think that playing on an emulator is better than a console. I mean, come on, that's a blatantly false statement. No one's actually going to believe that. Because it is true? Oh, for God's sake.
Emulation is not a replacement for playing retro games, and I am tired of people saying otherwise. Now, if you're wondering, who cares? Like, seriously, who actually cares about this? I do! Why do I care? Well, I was out at the old game shop the other day, and oh my god, I heard someone say, "Oh, just emulate it." Like, no! Right, okay, here are my points as to why you shouldn't just emulate it, in most cases. Okay, here's the first one. I hate playing on a keyboard and mouse. Okay, so I don't completely hate it. Some games are better than others on a keyboard and mouse than they would be on a controller. And I'll be honest, I just don't think my hands are made for a keyboard and mouse gameplay all of the damn time.
It might just be that I'm disabled or that I'm really bad at games, but I just prefer playing on a controller. So just use a controller. It's not that hard. See, nothing to say to that, do you? I mean, yeah, that fixes my issue about the controls, but
I can't get the actual true experience this way. I mean, sure, I'll have experienced the game and I will be able to say, oh, I played it. And for that, I don't doubt its ability. But I'd much rather sit and play on actual hardware and enjoy how it's actually intended to be experienced. Like, for example, the original Mario sucks, let's be real. Great game, but I don't enjoy playing it on my Switch, for example. But plug an NES into an old CRT TV with the real controller and then just turn the lights off? Oh my god, what an experience.
Really? Oh, it's not the same because the screen is flat. Is that really your argument? Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent enough point. So you would rather find the CRTV, boot up the CRT TV, boot up the NES, find the controller, find the game, be tethered to the console with the controller because of the wire, and play like that, than just going on your Nintendo Switch and pressing A and playing the original Marios. Well, not all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think emulation is good and it has its good points, like for example its convenience, but it'll never replace the actual enjoyment I get from playing on the original hardware. But especially with retro games, it's getting more and more costly to play them legitimately. Yeah. And so you're saying you'd rather spend £100 on a console, £100 on a game, just to play it legitimately, and that's being generous. I mean, kinda. No, actually, yeah, it depends on the game. I mean, do I want to spend £100 on a game I'm going to play once? No, I'll probably end up emulating that. But I still think that playing the game how it's actually meant to be played is the best way to play, because you actually experience it how the intended way you're meant to experience it. I mean, do I think that knocks any accomplishments that people make whilst emulating games? No, not one bit, because I spent half my life emulating old Pokemon games, and I mean, I've played those games now on original hardware, and I gotta say, I enjoy it that way way more. So you enjoy the shit screen of a Game Boy over a modern computer screen? Ah, well, that is a point. But
This might just be a personal thing, but I just get this really fuzzy feeling when I'm playing games on original hardware. I don't know, it's just like I'm suddenly transported back to when the game first came out and I'm enjoying it for the first time again. For example, Sonic Adventure 2 was a game that I'd only ever played on the Xbox 360, but when I'd played it on the Dreamcast for the first time, it just made me love that game even more. Especially when I hooked my Dreamcast up to an old CRT TV. My god, I felt like I was in the good half of 2001. And I just can't get that on anything but the original hardware.
I mean, I can still enjoy the game on my Steam Deck because, emulation on that thing is really cool. But it won't give me the same feeling that I get if I pop it into a PS2 or something. So you're saying that emulation's only good when you do it, but when everyone else does it, it's bad? No. No, I'm not. I'm saying, enjoy your games how you actually want to enjoy them, be it emulation or playing it properly. Who am I to stop you? Who is anyone to stop you? If you enjoy it by emulating, all the power to you. I might not enjoy it as much, but I'll still emulate when I can't be asked to fire up the PS2. And that's the thing. As long as you don't think it's ever going to replace playing it on the original console, then I don't have a problem, because, you're just lying to yourself. Oh, it makes it look better. I don't want it to look better. I want it to look like how it's supposed to look like. Not that hard. But simply, do whatever the fuck you want, man. I don't give a fuck. Most of the time. So what is your point exactly? I suppose my point is, get the fuck out of my flat before I call the fucking police. Oh, and I'm coming for that house. I'm gonna take back what's mine. Yeah, chance would be a fine thing. Oh, what a knobhead. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Why did I break my Game Boy?